A walkout song?
Yeah, you want like a walkout
Introducing him
song?
on the podium, right?
Yes,
I don't
I will
know.
introduce from
Do
the
I want
podium.
to? Sure.
He will
We should do a
come out
walkout
and
song.
do
What should we do,
10
chat, for a
or,
walkout song?
There we go.
15 minutes of a monologue.
We can do a whole playlist.
And then he and I will sit and chat for a bit. Then Inez, who is outside doing some shooting but has on an orange suit. Inez
I
will
have the
come up
tiger. Y'all are lame as
and
hell.
ask the student questions.
Y'all are so goddamn lame.
Okay, sounds good.
So
Do you have a preference on which seat you would like?
No.
Okay.
we should put him on the left.
Put him on the left.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
How do you want to do this? We start at 7?
7. And students will probably start coming in about 6:30, I think.
So me and you can go.
Can you put them to your PC on a video while I tripod and audio test? Or do you want to?
I don't have a video on my PC. Get ready to go. You're gonna have to.
I mean, I just don't want them to like maybe get scuffed audio for a second or not. Yeah.
They're gonna get scuffed audio. There's because I don't have remote control
Okay.
over my PC.
So when you come out, you'll we'll have someone push the curtain open and you'll come out on stage, right?
Over
Well,
here.
that's what they told me.
And then Hasan. So you'll enter center stage. We'll have 2 people page the curtain open for you.
Okay. Perfect. Damn, this is way bigger than I thought it was gonna be in terms of like.
Oh, amazing.
Wait, did you get one for me?
Yeah. Did you
Oh,
want
that's
cream
crazy.
Or no cream?
No cream.
Yeah. This
Oh
is
damn, it's Starbucks.
Yeah.
You're gonna get me canceled, David.
I actually put on the punch list no Starbucks. Sorry.
I'll just use it on that glass. I'll just put it
Yeah,
in there.
that's a good idea.
Sorry, that was me.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's
Well, welcome to campus.
this is great.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited about it.
I'm gonna dump this in the backstage so that it doesn't. If I make a mess, it doesn't. You know.
I'm gonna go post the tripod up over there, and during that time I'm gonna hand the camera off to you just to take care of them,
Yeah.
and then I'll come get them.
There's a green room back here. So if you want to just hang, you can do that. I'd have to you're down.
The mic on so that they can stream him. And I guess we have to figure out how those.
Oop, sorry.
So sorry. How that audio will work together. Do you want?
Where do I put this?
I'll take that.
You got? Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I'll
sorry.
introduce you to Yana real quick, who's
Hi.
one of our
I'm a little
student
under the
journalists.
weather.
Okay.
I just came
Not
from
gonna touch you.
Michigan reporting, but I work on social media for the Reclaim Project. So,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, thanks
All right.
for being here.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is like far grander than I thought it was going to be.
There's a huge line outside already.
We were driving by. Oh brother.
The students are
up?
super excited.
They are really excited.
This is
Hassan.
Ineos, who
Nice
is
to
a
meet you.
PhD student in my program, but also a very talented documentary filmmaker. So he's doing some media work for us as
Hell
part
yeah.
of our research group.
That's dope.
So, yeah.
You wanna go check out the
Yeah.
back room?
Yeah.
So do you want a handheld for when you're talking? Do you want a lav mic? They have
We can do
both
a
options.
handheld. Is this the green room?
Yes, it's not very fancy.
No, it's all good. I was just wondering where it was. Okay. Whoa, it is lit in here.
Yes.
It's not effing, I hope.
We could probably turn some of them off. So these are the posters. Look how good you look. But it's your old haircut.
It's my old haircut. It's all good.
David's fault because he sent them to me.
This was the good photo. Up until you got it chopped, this was the photo.
Yeah, this was the one we were using for a minute.
We will take
What's
you
up?
can film the filming.
No, not at all.
Yeah, right? The students
Yeah.
watching the screen.
So I was convinced you were repping those because they're in every shot.
No.
But David told me you couldn't because that's
Yeah.
illegal on Twitch.
Yeah. We can't.
I'm gonna prop this up.
Also, I don't know how I once I realized it's a Philip Morris on brand, I was like, maybe not the best idea.
So are they basically like Skoal for the 21st century? Do you have to spit? Or
No, not at all. So it's like it's not like chewing tobacco or anything. It's basically just pure nicotine?
I grew up in the South, so.
Oh no, I used to chew and smoke. So nicotine gum helped me no longer be addicted. Yeah, I haven't smoked in years.
We're gonna need you to be the voice of the left in media for many years, so you should keep that.
Yeah. If I make it that far, we'll see. Oh man.
You don't have to shoot me at all.
So, I thought that the focus of today's topics were going to be about mostly like masculinity and the presentation of masculinity. I don't mind if we go completely outside of that. I have no issues with that. I also have no issues with like freestyling in general. I mean, that's what I do best. That's the only thing I do usually. So this is like, the way I see it, it's no different than any other live stream that I would do.
Like 3 buckets we'll kind of touch on, and one will sort of be a little about your career and what you do and on Twitch, because I know a lot of students are interested in that, right? And it's not something they learn much about at university, because you know, as I was telling David, most of my colleagues didn't even know what Twitch was, right? So it's not like they're getting taught much here, except in the comm school. So we'll do that a little bit, and I would like to talk about politics some, because you're good at that, and USC had a really fractious, tense encampment breakdown last year, and the students were treated very badly this summer, right, that were arrested by the university, and all these fences you see, those were not here.
Yeah, I noticed that even like entering, like I've been to USC campus before, I never had to like go through, you know, like the ID checking process before.
So it's, I think, you know, we should dive into things you've been talking about for a long time. I've talked to several students in the last few weeks young women who found your stream because of your gossip content over the last year, right? Who didn't know you before, right? But were told by people that you were someone they could learn about the history of the region from. Right? So some of them will be here, right? So
hell yeah.
And I am part of the Palestine Justice Faculty Group. I've been BDS for 12 years, 14 years, right? So this is an opportunity for us to have a little bit of conversation about Palestine that doesn't happen very often, if you're comfortable.
No, I'm totally comfortable about that. No, I was just trying to see what, like, I just don't want to.
So,
the only reason why I asked is because I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to ruffle any feathers or anything like that. If the conversation is supposed to be focused on like masculinity, I'm fine with doing that, but I'm more than comfortable.
And I want to talk about too, that's what our project studies. I study hate online. I've talked to many young men, one who will be here to meet you tonight that we're working on a short doc with, who have exited far-right rabbit holes because of you, right? Like that's not
it's amazing.
Just one person, you know, it's like just in our tiny sample, it's many people.
Yeah.
So you offer like this really fantastic model of masculinity that is like broy.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Inez is our media producer extraordinaire, who is a journalist who worked for Vice and CNN and works with CBS. Our now, right?
Hell yeah. There's a camera right there. We're live streaming it already, just so you know.
That's totally expected.
Okay. Just let you know, so you don't feel blindsided. What's up, guys?
Hello. Is it okay if we ask you like 2 questions really quick?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, is this for like the USC?
Yes.
Okay, student journalist. Let's do it. Should you want me to stand?
It's okay. Whatever you want to do.
Sorry.
All right. March is gonna get on my camera. All right.
Hello. So, Hasan Piker, what does Hasan Piker mean to you?
Hasan Piker? What does it mean to me? God, just a guy trying to live every day, one step at a time, do the right thing.
Fire. We also want to ask, what's a masculine object?
A masculine object? Damn, immediately my mind went Freud. Like, immediately I was thinking, like, what's the most phallic figure that I can think of? Cigar, eggplant, things like that. But I think, you know what a masculine object is? The weight belt that I use when I'm deadlifting. Because it braces my core, it's protective, but it's necessary. That's a masculine object for me.
That's a good answer. Do you have any other questions, guys?
Maybe last question, how do you define masculinity?
Oh, how do you define masculinity?
Oh, this is a tough one. How do I define masculinity? It's just, I think a lot of people consider traits such as confidence, like they mistake confidence for masculinity, and that's pretty much it. I don't really put a lot of thought into it, ironically enough, even though today's talks are going to be about masculinity. But for me, I think it's basically being the best version of yourself and being a confident human being.
Fire. Okay, thanks everybody. We good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
But it's not, nice to meet you. It's not necessarily just a masculine trait though, which I guess we'll talk about today.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, you wanted to keep going.
Dane and Sophie and
Hi.
Ineos and Yana all are part of Reclaim, which is our project that's kind of thinking about new models for masculinity. So that's how you're my syllabus tomorrow.
Oh wow, okay. Like I'm being taught in college courses.
You
That's crazy.
are being taught in college courses.
That's crazy.
In my men and masculinities.
All right, let me ask you, what do you think masculinity is?
Oh, okay. I really wasn't expecting something like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
In front of your teacher too. You're cooked. You're about to get graded on this.
Dane
Yeah, I
knows
guess
that I love him, so it's fine.
Yeah, I guess I've had to ask that question to so many people that like I just feel like anything that I thought was like an objective definition has just sort of gone away because I feel like I get like every answer to the point where like masculinity is just like anything, and like some people say like, oh, masculinity is like being strong, being a manly man, protecting your family, and some people are just like, oh, masculinity is like being a good person. So I just feel like it's like almost meaningless at this point because like
That's how I feel about it.
yeah, it's just like a universal. It's just like whatever is good is masculine.
I think that's why I focus more on like the misappropriation of the term masculinity, like, or the way that people call themselves like alpha men. It's usually just a catch-all term, but what they technically mean is like being confident. And it's ironic because like people that consider themselves as alpha males are anything but confident. And I think that most of the time they try to masquerade as this like macho figure, what they think is like supposed to be this masculine beacon. And they're overcompensating usually for their own personal insecurities. In my experience, that's what I found. And I definitely understand that too, given, I was a young boy at one point in my life as well. I'm 33, I'm old now. But, I definitely found myself in the throes of like portraying myself as like what I thought were masculine figures in media and like resembling those traits that I thought were cool and thinking that they were masculine. So I definitely understand how people can be susceptible to that, especially young men. Yeah.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask, like, what do you think young boys, like young men who are on the internet, like, what should they do or what should they know about, like, as they learn about themselves and masculinity and, like, as they go through those teenage years?
Don't trust anybody that presents themselves as like if you're 14 and you think, wow, this guy has cool cars, he's always surrounded by scantily clad women, he's so alpha, I want to be just like him. Know that that's a trap. If a whole ass adult is portraying himself that way, then they're overcompensating for severe crippling insecurities, and that they're trying to project an image of what you consider to be success, and you shouldn't be duped by that. You should be your own person instead.
What are the demographics of your audience right now, and how do you view kind of your role as this messenger, as this person to them?
We do a census every year. I don't know what the exact numbers are. I keep forgetting, but I think it's predominantly white men that are 30, like around 30 plus, or 20 to 35, let's say. And yeah, him. Exactly. But we have, I think, what's the percentage of women in my community?
It depends on the platform.
It's 67% men, 24% women, 8% non-binary.
And it's also primarily like 25 to 36.
Yeah, 25 to 35 is like the largest demo, which is interesting because like my demographics have aged as I have aged. Because like I looked at it, like we've been running the census every year since 2020 consistently, and over the 4 years, like the demographic is also just aged 4 years into like different brackets. But yeah, that's the dynamic. It's like quarter women, 8% non-binary, and then the rest is men.
I bet there are more women on Insta checking out your outfit every day.
I think there were in the past. It's actually interesting. Before I got on Twitch, I still had like somewhat of a social media presence when I was on the Young Turks. And back then my audience was 75% women, 25% men on Instagram. And when I got on Twitch, I can check it right now, but when I got on Twitch, it went to 50-50. So I don't even know. It might even be like majority men now, but we'll see. Let's take a look. How do I even find?
I think you're 50-50 on Insta.
I think it might be. David would know better. Let's see. Insights. How do I find that? Overview? In the last 7 days. I don't really post that much either anymore on my Instagram, but...
So are you posting in the morning all of those story updates, or is that your army?
Oh no, I do that, yeah, but that's just like... Yeah, I use the story function more, I think.
Who is there... I didn't get that. Could you try again? Who is there filming you work out every morning?
Oh, I do that myself. I just prop it up. We have an influencer beam at the gym that I work out at. And
Thank you so much.
oh, thank you. Nice to meet you guys.
Are y'all going out to the house?
Yeah, we have
Okay.
to get some shots outside.
Okay, let's do...
Inez,
Yes.
are you
Yes. I'm here.
set up for the
I'm
questions?
gonna talk to David.
About, do you have like an iPad or something?
I was gonna do my
Oh, it's literally 50-50. It's 51.5 men, 48.4% women. Damn, you nailed it.
That's your job, right?
Yeah.
YouTube's a little different too, but Twitch is the male-dominated one.
Yeah.
YouTube's a little bit more in the middle.
Interesting.
I think it's very platform-centered for sure. Like, Twitch is a overwhelmingly male-dominated
The
platform.
old people watch you on YouTube because
Yeah.
Twitch hurts my brain.
Yeah, I get that a lot, but like actually I have a relatively young audience on YouTube as well, because YouTube's audience skews younger, so it balances itself out. I remember talking to YouTube a while ago where they were like they were telling me that I have the youngest demographic overall of any kind of political content on the entire platform.
Like the piece you put together really quickly after the New York Times dropped the story about young men and women drifting farther apart politically. You know, when you package that on YouTube, that's a really tight, great episode that kind of gives some explanation for that and the manosphere.
The way I work is I try to make it so that my commentary already is like as quickly packaged as possible, as like neatly. I try to cover stories with that in mind.
Do you have like a small team that just cuts the stream down
Yeah.
into the YouTube kind of chunk every night?
Yeah.
It's like a speedy operation. And
Yeah.
Stuff comes up.
And it's like pretty, like I said, it's just I try to make it as like as fast paced as possible, so it's like already packaged with like as limited amount of editing as possible. And the only thing I ask of my editors usually is to just like add, because I pull data a lot from my head, and it's good that they will go and find the data and just like slap it on there, so that there is like, so that it's sourced adequately.
How much time do you have to spend? How do you even find? I'll probably ask you this outside too, but how do you even find time to read as much as you must have to?
I don't know. That's everything I do is like. Everything I do, basically, every moment of my life is geared towards it. So that's how I'm able to keep up with it. Like I'm like an information sponge.
You could actually be a professor because we have no work-life balance either. We're just not as interesting, right? So that like everything's thinking about your work all the time, right? That's that's what we do.
Yeah.
But we have fantastic students.
Well, now that you're not on Twitter as much, I think it's been easier. Back in the Twitter heydays, I feel like it was nonstop.
What do you mean?
Like we'd go to dinner or something, or you'd be at dinner with people.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to like be checking Twitter. Like,
Yeah, I used to.
It's breaking and everything.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, I mean, I've done a decent job of like keeping up with stuff even outside of Twitter now because I deleted it from my phone. But like Twitter definitely was a really solid way for me to keep up with everything that's going on back in the day. But I've just stopped going on Twitter unless I'm on stream.
Like my husband had already bought a Tesla that I have to drive right now because I gave my son my old car, and we had to put a bumper sticker on it that said, "We bought this before we knew what a dickhead he was," right?
Exactly, that's actually on the bumper sticker.
That is our
That's
bumper
amazing.
sticker because I just can't like comfortably ride around in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Speaking of toxic masculinity,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't afford a Porsche.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of great EVs now, though, and that are affordable and reliable,
I'm trying to
luckily.
decide what I should get. Like the Kia 6.
The Kias are pretty solid.
And then the Ioniq, which is kind of goofy looking, but
Yeah.
I might be able to work that. You don't put me on there.
No, we gotta get some cute,
I
Tara.
was gonna also explain to Marsh he should feel free to keep the stream camera just on his side.
Yeah, well, it's tough. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay,
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but I am not
Never
the.
I immediately.
Yeah.
I try to, but sometimes it breaks.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not
Who's in the Rivian?
I have a nephew who I'm going to gain so much credibility with for like having met Hasan Piker.
Hell yeah.
And my son will be in the front row because he's
I
also
feel like you get that a lot.
a huge fan.
I do get that, yeah, for sure. That's great. Your W auntie. Your W aunt.
One of the young men you'll meet tonight we're doing a short doc with, and he spoke in the doc very eloquently about your influence on him. So
That's nice.
He came up from Fullerton to meet you. He's not a USC student. He's very excited.
That's sick.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, I was just initially to report on the election and I went to a Trump town hall and about like thinking, I'm interested to hear, I guess, how you view the role of being able to de-radicalize some people. And these people, especially from places like Michigan that are economy, and I feel like we all know the election is such big stakes, so much more than that.
Yeah, but I also don't necessarily think that like Trump is good on the economy. That's the other aspect of this. Like, I mean, I'm not exactly too fond of the Democratic Party either. But in terms of like de-radicalizing these people, I think that overall the number one thing is that there needs to be like a level of charitability. So if they approach the conversation with like inherent hostility, it's going to be pretty difficult. Like people make up their minds about you. They put you in a neat little confine, neat little box, and they go, "Oh no, this is a liberal. Like this person has these opinions, right?" So I try to broaden the kinds of content that I make for that reason. Like I do collaborations, I play video games, I cover culture, lifestyle, things of that nature, because I want to ensure that like people don't have this like set image of me as this person with these ideals that can be very easily, I think, manipulated and used against you, and you can be presented with in a way to an audience that is uninitiated in a way that like does not correspond to your worldview at all. So I think that's important. And when I'm around people with different opinions, and I am around people with different perspectives all the time, regardless of the 8 hours that I'm spending online, I also try to spend as much time as possible in the real world. I try to approach them where they're at. I try to understand where they're coming from and communicate to their desires, which is ironic because like that's kind of what I want the Democratic Party to do as well. as a more successful counterbalance against growing fascism that I see within the Republican Party. And they failed to do that on every front, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah. It's very disappointing.
It is. Yeah.
We're trying to, going into gaming spaces and all of that was interesting for us. And
Gaming spaces are, I think, too focused on women being in video games right now to focus on anything else. They probably don't even know that their election is coming up. They're too predisposed with woke ruining video games, which is a direct rehash of like the Gamergate stuff that used to happen way back in the day. DEI.
Critical race theory.
Yeah. Pronouns, DEI, woke, that kind of stuff. Chat, stop asking March to do emotes that I will not be saying.
So, Marsh, how much are you every day with someone?
I'm waiting for your answer, bro.
In my videos, no.
Nah.
It depends on. If we travel, then yes. It's like the podcast is weekly.
Yeah.
And then if we travel, it's every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hates it.
No, I love it.
Yeah. I whip him regularly.
That's fun. I like it.
Yeah. He's.
I feel like the basketball game has improved over the last
Oh, wow.
6 months or so.
Wow, you are.
You the talk of the dream on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting better every day. I can dunk now, which is good. I gotta get even better, honestly. There's a lot.
You're kind of like buff to play basketball, right? Like
I'm a little big. I'm definitely a little too big.
I am 6 feet tall and I'm the shortest person in my family. So my brother and dad were both 6'8", and my dad went to college because he was 6'8". His dad had been a coal miner, and they're very thin, right?
They didn't ball, or they had to have.
My dad did. He was a player. He wouldn't have gone to college if he didn't play basketball.
Yeah.
It was.
That's a waste. If you're 6'8",
yeah.
It's just a waste of height right there.
But I bet he didn't weigh 180 pounds. When he went to college, he was underfed, I guess. But
Yeah. It's like Wemby. He's eating good now, though. Okay. Like Baron Trump, exactly, chat. He's Slovenian too. It's such a waste. He's going to NYU. He's gonna be a lib. He's gonna be a lib by his second year. He's gonna fall in love with the emperor with a septum ring, and come out of that process like reading Kurt Vonnegut or whatever. He's gonna get woke.
I'm not sure Vonnegut would take you to woke, but maybe.
It's the wokest people I know have Kurt Vonnegut tattoos like Lol overruled. Yeah, he's gonna be bisexual.
What time should we put the camera over there, you think?
I don't know.
Is he walking on the stage
So
at
if we
7?
start in 20, then probably start in the next 5-10 going up there and setting it up.
They opened doors about 7 minutes ago, so the students will be filing in now.
Okay.
So you either wait for them all to come in and then go after, or you go now if you need extra stuff.
I'm just trying to decrease the amount of downtime where the camera is posted over there, and there's no streamer on camera,
Did you figure out how we're gonna do the audio?
So that's the thing. I'm gonna bring both the lav mics.
Okay.
As a fail-safe, if everything just does not work, I'm gonna put them on you. We'll do that. But they have reassured me that we'll just jack it straight into the camera, and then it should just work like the handheld mics that they give you and stuff.
That sounds crazy.
I know. But
I don't know how that's gonna work, but this is this is where the media.
And that's you in the chair?
I'm actually okay. Okay, yeah. This way I'm more nimble if anybody needs me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I can stand. I've been
totally
sitting
good.
all day. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the failsafe. So chat, fair warning, there might be some scuffed audio at some point.
Yeah.
Why are you so worried,
I
bro?
don't know why I'm so worried. I don't know. They're used to it.
We put some out on the
It'll be good.
table, so it'll be there when we go out.
They
Have you ever seen a Powerade in a can?
no.
That is wild.
Chat deserves less, March.
Well,
One of them
that
has
one's zero
zero.
sugar,
Yeah.
so, but I've just never seen it in a can.
They're used to
We
it.
put some out on the
It'll be good.
table, so it'll be there when we go out.
They
Have you ever seen a Powerade in a can?
no.
That is wild.
Chat deserves less, March.
Well,
One of them
that
has
one's zero
zero.
sugar,
Yeah.
so, but I've just never seen it in a can.
Monster Energy.
Oh, it's the White Monster Energy. That's the boomer drink of choice. That's what I.
So maybe I should have it.
That's what I drink all the time.
Yeah, but it's zero sugar.
Chat deserves less. She's so right.
So energy drink just means it's full of caffeine?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I probably don't need any caffeine at this point.
White Monster's the best monster. I agree. Okay, I chose a walkout song. Can it be a YouTube song? It's not on Spotify.
Is it the chair? Is it the Mousy Dog song?
No. It's not. It's gonna be Thank You USA, which is from. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Do you love Sosa?
No. Thank You USA, You Are My Best Friend by Armand Miftari. And there's a music video too. You can play that as well if you want
Send
to.
me the video. I'll go talk.
Were they shooting outside some too with the students? Yes. It'll be good. Thank you.
Can they beam the music video to the main?
Like to the projector?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is that possible?
It's gonna shoot outside
Just
too.
send me the link right now.
I did.
I'll go find them. Okay. I think other David. Or whoever, yeah, because I think he was running production, right?
I don't know if they'll be able to do a new song now, but we could ask David. You want to text him?
Let me go find. I thought they were just floating around out there.
Because they have a playlist that they set up.
Hind Hall 2? No, I'm not coming out to Macklemore, dude. I'm coming out to my goat, Armand Miftari, the Albanian legend. This is a very pro-NATO song. Yeah. It mentions Bill Clinton by name and Tony Blair. Don't worry, it's not problematic.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay, I just want to make sure. You can't just pick Chapel. I mean, that's the expected one.
So also tell me how, is somebody feeding you things from the chat that you then call out? You're just
No.
able to multitask.
No, I'm locked
Pulling
in.
out yourself.
Wait, he's scanning the chat.
I'm the one scanning the chat.
I
Yeah.
can see how you could just do that for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, it's not good.
You
It's
must be fried.
I do get fried by the end of it for sure.
Because just when we were in Zoom land and I was chairing my department when that happened, we'd be in Zoom 8 or 10 hours a day. And I just wanted to lay on the floor after that. It was like focusing on the screen that much is intense. So you could keep up with the chats when they're scrolling by at 1,000 miles an hour? Because they go fast.
You can scroll through it and kind of pause it, basically.
Okay, I told David to ask for Feminamenon by Chaperon. I feel like that's more apt.
That's what
think
I
the college
used
students will
on
like
my
that one
post
more.
about
Yeah.
it today.
What's up?
I used that on my post about
Oh,
it
hell yeah.
today.
I think that's the move. That's what my chat wants to do as well. Damn, there's a hell of people going, no, failed, but way more people saying, let's go. Oh, wow.
I get to keep this?
Yes, of course. We have a bunch of posters that you have one of those if you don't have enough Hasan in your life.
Chad, don't listen. I still am firmly committed to Albania. Okay, make no mistake. Are you polling it? I don't see it on my mobile.
So I'm also going to write an academic article about you. I already wrote a little bit about you for a book that's coming out in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
So if I sent questions to David, would you answer some?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll become, a standard in curricula all over the country. As soon as
Hell
you
yeah.
start writing articles about you.
I think there was someone who did a dissertation on like politics and streaming. There's been a couple at this point, which is.
One of the students I work with, who's a PhD student at Simon Fraser in Vancouver, wrote a lot about the far right manosphere, but he also writes about the counter, and so he writes some about you too. So
yeah.
I mean, there's quite a bit popping up out there now.
Yeah.
It's been interesting just to see how students who are college age right now, who are probably a little bit below your core demo, respond to what you're doing. I think you're like able to speak to young men who are maybe 13 or 14 in a way, because you kind of could communicate a broness that like some left political streamers can't. So
yeah.
you're not, you feel like a role model of some kind, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just who I am organically. I think that's what it is. It's not like I'm not putting on a front, right? And I think that it just kind of happened to work that way. Like, these are my genuine opinions, and this is who I am.
You seem genuinely kind, which, like I keep waiting for it to be revealed to not be true. Maybe because, I study celebrity, and there's usually a pretty big gap between a persona and a real life person, right? But I was so impressed with your mannerisms when they were kicking you out of the DNC. You were like incredibly gracious, right?
Well, I mean,
like your mama raised you well.
Well, for sure. I think she definitely did. But also, I think that it was because I was already excited at the opportunity. Like, I don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? I think, like, I don't have a sense of entitlement about it where, like, I know what I present and I know what, like, value I bring, but so I know, I know the value that I present, but that doesn't mean that like I'm expecting other people to be aware of it. So I basically took every moment that they gave me at the DNC as like a benefit, as a positive. We were. What are you playing right now? We were already setting up as like I basically had a setup at the hotel room, knowing full well that like I was not even going to have a space to stream out of inside of the DNC. So I was super stoked at the opportunity to begin with. So even when that was taken away, it didn't change that dynamic for me at all. I was still like very excited.
And you were you were really gracious, right? There was no diva there.
No.
It was very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm lugging my remote setup around myself, so it's not like.
We meet like a lot of, because I'm in the cinema school, I meet a lot of folks, right? And a lot of them aren't people you're going to want to hang out with, right? There's a lot of like entitlement.
But I think as far as like me not being different from the way I present myself on camera is that like with Twitch streaming in particular, it's virtually impossible to present a false front because you're literally live for 8 to 10 hours a day. And I think
it's true of a lot of other streamers, or
I think like if you're not limiting your interactions, if you're not like, maybe it might be a little different if you're like playing a video game or something, but like the way I talk about real news and world events, and also beyond that, I'm constantly engaging with people in the chat. like I don't think I'd be able to present myself as like a different person than who I am. I don't think anyone is that good at acting in general. But yeah, there is definitely a level of like authenticity that the platform automatically provides by the very nature of the medium.
Twitch, you think, in particular?
Yeah, just like live streaming in particular, for sure.
I mean, I spent a lot of time looking at the far right, men in the far right online, because that's how the lab work I'm doing with students now, where that came out of, right? And they feel completely artificial to me. Like there's, you know, the Andrew Tates and even Jordan Peterson.
But Andrew Tate doesn't do like 8 hours of live streaming. He's very limited in his, like, the way that he presents itself to the outside world is like very manicured.
Yeah.
There is no, like, he will do a guest slot every now and then on someone else's live stream, or I think he has his own live streams as well, but those are like an hour long. They're responding to questions that they're fielding from their audience, and I think you have the capacity to present yourself a certain way, and you know, leave a lot of the other aspects of your life a secret if you choose to do so. I've thought about this a lot, like because I used to always wonder, like, why is it that like certain YouTubers, even for example, get like a lot of praise, whereas even if they haven't really done much in any direction in terms of political activism, but like people are hypercritical of everything I do. And it was definitely, it sounds really like envious, but in some ways it was. And I think it's because, like, if you are not exposing yourself in all of your, you know, even your worst moments, emotional moments, angry moments, depressed moments, every single day for 8 to 10 hours, like you can create the best version of yourself for your audience, even in avenues where, or even in mediums like YouTube that are significantly more personable than celebrities. I think celebrities, like real celebrities, not influencers, I think they are, that's like the final stage of that, right? Like people, they drip feed, especially with like K-pop idols, like they drip feed personal, like they drip feed their personalities, but I think every single thing is like calculated specifically to invoke this like parasocial dynamic, and they are able to present themselves as deities almost, because every step that they take is completely manicured. And if something is out of step or out of line with like the persona or the character that they've cultivated, they have, you know, millions of dollars of PR working against that, whether it be to like silence, you know, negative articles, or whether it be to flood the market with positive PR immediately after something comes out about them. Whereas I don't think Twitch streamers have that, or YouTubers have that. But Twitch streamers definitely are in the lowest rung of entertainment in that capacity, where you can't not be yourself.
I mean, one of the things I'll probably want to talk to you about on the stage is a little bit is something I heard you say about how you consider yourself to be in a kind of reverse parasocial relationship, and I found that super intriguing. So I'll probably ask you about that.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Get out there a little bit, because I thought that actually explained in some ways things that feel a little bit different about you, maybe because of your ubiquity, because you're so much online, than some of the other streaming personalities that, you know, I've spent some time looking at. So.
Yeah.
So, do you want to be alone for a few minutes before? Or you
So I gotta pee real quick.
I need to find somebody who can tell me where you could do that, because there's not a bathroom back here. Let me
You know I'm taking this off, dude. Come on, we've made this.
Take them then?
Yeah, you can take them.
Like take them to the.
Yeah, you can take them and get ready.
Okay.
And then they can also prep at the top of the hour for a 3-minute ad break to come. Especially because...
It's just right out here.
Okay, perfect. If you no longer want to see those ads, Chad, all you need to do is subscribe, which you could do for $4. or for free with a Twitch Prime. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Here you go.
I got the Chapel Roan song for the walkout. Okay, good, yeah.
Okay, Chad, here's what's happening. I am setting you up on a tripod so you can look at the stage. We have not tested the tech or the audio. They are going to supposedly pump the audio into the camera for the microphones. I'm going to walk out. That's cool. I need to get to...
Oh, get to the other side?
Yeah. Is there... Can I go around? Or?
Yeah, we're just giving... I gotta go. Can I have you go around?
Sure, yeah. I'm just trying to get to where the tripod setup is.
Okay, yeah, let me take you this way.
Okay.
He's just getting to where the tripod is.
Anyway, what was I saying, Chat? Okay, so there's a chance that when we swap the audio over to their, like, front of the house audio, it ruins everything and it destroys your ears. So this is me warning you, okay? This is me giving you a heads up, headphone users. You know, maybe everything will go well and we'll plug in and everything will be sick. But maybe everything will fucking break and it won't work. And, oh, there's a lot of people here. Hi. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, so if that does happen and the audio is super scuffed, we'll switch back to these microphones, okay? Okay. So, be patient with me, chat. It's time. Okay. Two seconds. Let me just prop this up real quick. Okay, we're gonna do the microphone changeover now. Yes. Hi. Sorry. Give me 1 sec. Yes, I do remember you. Yes. Okay. Plug her in. Where does it go? Right there. I can't see. Oh, right there? Yeah. And now I'm monitoring. I don't hear anything. Which is good. You do? I mean, I don't hear anything bad. Oh, good. Which is good. Check what chat says. Chat. So, is there any way we can test it, like a microphone?
Is there a way you can send something down so we can make sure we've got it? Are you seeing Spotify down there? Are you hearing it?
I am not.
Are you sending Spotify down there?
Bring the level up on here?
No, I'm going to have him do it this time.
Okay, great. I should be hearing it, but...
Is there any way we can get someone to talk into one of them?
Yeah, I can hear crowd noise.
Can I get someone to talk into the mic? Yeah, so you can mute that and just have someone talk into it.
I'm not. No.
Keep going. We need to keep going. Keep talking. And now I need you to count. I need you to count the Are you hearing your talk in the microphone?
No. I might just be defaulting to the onboard microphone of the camera. Like maybe that's triggering the microphone. Let me see. It's getting that, I think. Do you have it now? Skating but it's fine because we can just pop the mics on them and do it that way. It'll reach and it'll be clean still, like it'll work. But luckily it didn't blow everyone's eardrums out, so that's good. That was the worst case. So let me hand this back to you. Okay, Chad, I'm back. Also, I just realized the microphone wasn't plugged in when I was speaking to you guys earlier, so there's probably a clip of me talking at you guys with no audio, and that's really fucking embarrassing. So that's my bad. Anyway, we're back. We also apparently are pushing this Hasan back 15 minutes, so I'm taking you back to the green room because I'm not going to have you here staring at a stage for 15 minutes. And also, this mic in the green room might be live, so hopefully they're not saying anything bad. Anyway, backstage we go, chat.
Oh, they can hear us on the chat. I think we can hear us.
Yeah, it's a little cooked. Okay,
That's
we
crazy
do it
that
live.
It like works all the
it's
way
a bit
out here.
cooked. Be nice.
it's out there, but I told Marsh to bring it back in here because it's gonna take a while. It's gonna be longer than expected,
They're
right?
playing
The
Childish
wait.
Gambino down for me.
Yeah.
All right, Hasan, you're live. Also, I think it was reaching over there, so hopefully it didn't.
Which is crazy.
Likely 7:15. So
Okay. All right. Yeah.
We're back.
All right. We're back.
But they're
And
making sure nobody's, bringing in bazookas or anything. So.
that's like one aspect of living in California that actually puts my mind at ease, because there is like pretty good gun control out here, pretty solid gun control. Yeah.
I'm from Louisiana, so
Oh, wow.
dudes just walk around with their machine guns.
That's not great.
Yeah. Well, I have not lived there in a long time.
Yeah. Plus, we got Bill. I don't know where he is, but he's in the crowd somewhere.
Who's
My,
Bill?
I don't know. USC gave me security.
Oh, you're.
My USC security bill.
Yeah, there are 3 of them out there now. We only had 1 planned, but after the emails, we ramped up to 3.
Yeah.
And I guess this could go out on the chat. None of them like me, but I don't think they'll let anybody hurt you because of that.
I hope so. I hope not. Damn.
We did write a lot of letters this summer trying to, get rid of the head of security, but.
Oh, I wasn't worried until that. Oh yeah, no. Listen. Yo, tell them to speed up this line out here. Oh, One Hand Politics. Mason is in the building.
Well, it sounds like he's outside the building, but
Yeah,
Mason?
Mason is a chatter that actively goes on Jubilee videos and dunks on conservatives.
A young woman who was on one of the Jubilees that you featured in your show, Naima, who was with, who was she with? She was with Charlie.
Oh, Charlie Kirk.
Right, yeah. And then you clipped it and reacted on your show. She's going to be there tonight.
Everybody cooked Charlie pretty hard.
I appreciated it. I thought they did a good job.
She was the one. She was wondering what does the fetus mean? A little person, and then he did that weird smile.
Oh God! Oh my
Your
God!
smile was so creepy.
That was like, wait, someone called him Gumzilla or something. I forget what it was. It was incredible. Yeah. Damn, you can hear helicopters out there.
Sending him in. The security guy better be on point now.
I mean, we don't usually do bag checks.
Yeah.
The bag check is not something that Visions and Voices staff has a lot of practice at because most people we bring to campus don't produce 27,000 protest emails.
That's crazy. Am I that controversial? I didn't realize it was like
It
that.
had to be bots, right? Like the first day there were a few hundred, and then all of a sudden it just went.
Yeah, it's probably botted.
And they're all the same basic email, right?
Yeah. Why say that? No, I just, I think it was a Zionist, don't bring this anti-Semite to college campus campaign that they were doing.
They were mostly like all up in arms about somebody you had on your stream who.
Oh, the dude that they say is a Houthi terrorist.
Yes.
Yeah. He was a 19-year-old Yemeni teenager who only knew genocide as his life.
And they
That
were
guy.
quick to point out you had been banned from Twitch twice.
Yeah.
For your famous, America statement, and then
My racial slurs.
You're right, but
they
did not mention
Yeah.
what the slur was.
Yeah.
Like,
For saying cracker.
is not a slur.
For saying cracker. That's so funny that they're just like.
Crackers in my family.
Yeah.
It's not a slur.
Yeah. It's I mean, people will do whatever they can, It is what it is.
It's just kind of absurd, right? So
They never had this kind of energy for Ben Shapiro or like Milo Yiannopoulos, which is crazy.
We did protest pretty hard when Ben Shapiro was coming to campus.
That's true, I remember.
He didn't get canceled, but I believe free speech is not a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
But I would have preferred him not to be here, but I'm happy that you were here. So
I don't consider myself on the same playing field at all. I don't think. Like, I don't constitute any real harm to any group, regardless of their worldview. I think in the same vein as like the likes of, I would say, Milo Yiannopoulos certainly do.
Well, you're not racist.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, apparently not according to the Litter campaign.
Yeah.
Again, racism against whites.
Yeah. The statement you make sometimes that you're kind to people but ruthless to institutions.
So yeah, that's not mine. That's actually Michael Jamal Brooks, who passed away. He was a brilliant writer and a political commentator. He was on the Majority Report alongside Sam Cedar back in the day, a good friend of mine. He
sometimes that you're kind to people but ruthless to institutions.
So yeah, that's not mine. That's actually Michael Jamal Brooks, who passed away. He was a brilliant writer and a political commentator. He was on the Majority Report alongside Sam Cedar back in the day, a good friend of mine. He always used to say that, be kind to people, be ruthless to systems. And that is something that I genuinely believe and try to try to apply every day in my life. So.
And the way it accumulates across your stream, I mean, sometimes you're hard on people in the chat, but not undeservedly so.
Yeah.
Right?
I have a policy of matching people's energy usually, but beyond that, it's like, no matter what happens, I try to examine exactly where that chatter is like coming from in terms of their, like, how do they arrive at this position? Or like, one thing that has been happening very consistently in the past couple of weeks since the Israeli pager bombing terror attack on the Lebanese civilian population broadly.
That was insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. And like, you have, the former CIA director Leon Panetta agreeing with someone like myself. That's like unheard of, right? And every single person that deals with international humanitarian rights and laws it was like, this is a war crime, this is an act of terror. But people will very quickly, as a way to like cut across and just be like, like, I hope you also experience this similar violence, will say like, oh, your pager is beeping, right? It's a very sinister, but like a easy to drop kind of line that works to actively dehumanize you and to say that like you are an enemy combatant and wish death upon you without saying it outright. And I've been thinking about that quite a bit, and it's something that I've thought about a lot with when the first like Operation Prosperity Guardian campaign was launched against Yemeni positions, because they decided to put a blockade on the Red Sea until Israel's genocide stopped. And it was a multi-billion-dollar initiative. All these nations were involved in it. And I remember so many people championing that and being like, the Houthis are going to learn today why we don't have health care. And I remember thinking like, dude, you don't have health care. Like, why is that an own? Like, oh, wow, we're going to kill a bunch of like brown children overseas sick. Like, how is that in any way, shape, or form a decent trade-off for you? And I think it stems from a place of powerlessness. It stems from a place of not feeling like your life is going to get any better, and recognizing like the underlying material harm that you're subjected to, and it just like weighs on you, and you become more spiteful, more vindictive, and you try to like basically make up your mind or basically believe that like this has to be worth it for some reason, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. It's like they have to believe, they have to be firmly committed to like American imperialism, and that like our enemies, like we're destroying people somewhere, like it's got to be worth it for something, right? So they just like hold on to that cruelty, and I think they spread that, but ultimately it's just like the hurt that they feel every day that is causing them to be this like spiteful, vindictive person. So sometimes I will cut across a chatter in that regard, trying to examine where they're coming from, trying to understand like the underlying animosity, like what causes this level of friction, what causes someone to behave like this.
And I think you behave differently with those folks in the chat than like when you're on the panel and like arguing with right-wing dudes, you know, on a TV show. They're like different energies.
Yeah.
You see, they're texting me again. They're letting me know I'm live on Twitch. I do know that.
Well, it's 7:15 now.
Okay.
Do they think we're gonna push to 7:30?
I know. Let me text David. We need to like get the show on the road.
Just posted our first story.
It's already past your bedtime, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the crowd.
What's that?
My grandparents are watching the stream.
Oh, they are? That's sick. Damn, that's crazy.
I didn't know they could figure it out.
That's not even the oldest viewers I have, probably.
I'm afraid to even ask, but how old are your grandparents?
75.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chat, remember, we have guests in the community. Behave, okay? Asking March to do emotes.
Okay,
I
they said
do that.
7:20 start, so we're
7:20?
4 minutes out.
Okay.
So we're
By the way,
getting
would
close.
any of you guys, by any chance, have an extra FX3 battery lying around?
do.
Just that I can borrow. Oh, this one's still good, but just in case this dies on me.
Wait, is it eating away?
I think this charger, these battery packs, they deplete for just one. Is it charged?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I will get this back to you.
It doesn't work with the Rode, I think. Like it doesn't when the Rodecaster is also, I mean not the Rode, but the Rode mics are also connected to it. It draws too much power.
I'm just gonna pop it in now, actually.
Okay.
So camera might go dark. Do you want to tell them?
Chat, camera might go dark for a second. March is actually swapping out the battery.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I
Okay.
actually made a minutes, and then
Who do I give that
we'll
battery
have
back
you
to?
come
To you?
in center stage. I'll go out to right to the podium. You can come out, and there's handheld mics on the chairs. You can pick up one of those.
Okay.
Or you go to the podium, and there's a podium mic, but you have to stay pretty close to it if you're
Got
going
it.
to use it.
Good luck, Tara.
Thank you. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Also, when you walk out,
That's
sit. If you're facing out to the crowd, sit in the right chair
Yeah.
because we're shooting from the left side.
Oh, okay.
So he needs to be in the right chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah,
Is that-
that's fine.
Okay.
The right chair facing out.
If you're facing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then I'll just be listening, and when you feel like your monologue's done,
Yeah.
I'll come out and ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Have fun, Tara.
Do you still want
I'm
to
gonna
set
go.
up this
I'm gonna
time?
go set up then. Yeah.
I'll just, when he goes up, I'll join you. And we
Okay.
can come back right after.
The 66 responses already
I'm
questioned.
gonna hold on to this, or how should we do this?
Um,
So you gotta hand it to them. When
I mean, you can bring it up to me if you want on
I
stage.
can run up. Yeah, I guess so.
I can just grab
Is
it.
the hand mic gonna pick feedback up from this one?
No, it'll be fine. I'll be monitoring chat too.
Zoom in for us, Marge. It's gonna be hard to zoom in all the way. It's gonna be probably,
Should be a little wide.
yeah.
I'm gonna get as close as I can.
Do you want water or anything? You good?
I'm okay for now. I think we'll be alright.
Yeah.
Are there bottles sitting around somewhere?
There should be.
In the fridge? Okay.
Okay, I'm taking that, Hasan. Say goodbye.
All right, bye, chat. See you on the other side.
They'll probably still be here, though.
Yeah, we'll film the meet and greet too.
So will we. So many cameras.
Yeah, it picks up your audio, by the way, just so you know. So if you're gonna say some mean words,
I don't understand. I'm the silent behind the scenes.
it's crazy. It literally picks up the audio
You're gonna
from.
sneak on stage at the end, like the second half, right?
Tara will
So look
the
at the
last
Google Doc?
15 minutes
Okay.
to read out some of the questions. We already got 66 responses.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That is pretty wild.
Oh wow, I just saw the crowd. That looks massive.
That's actually a great question. Are we just going off the cue music? Like, who's telling us when to go out? You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure out. I'll grab you.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can hear it. Chat, I don't know if you can hear me.